Holy cow, my friends. If you've been trying Tray 17, this thing is so difficult. And the best news is we beat it and we got the guide here for you today. Thank you for tuning in so much as always. Please feel free to like and subscribe, particularly on this episode, because it took me a lot to make this thing happen. And so many of you have asked for it. So we did get it done and we got it here for you. So feel free to do that. I appreciate that support. Also, on top of that, please, if you got a question, comment, let me know. I love to hear from you as always, and would love to see you in our amazing community and Discord server, my friends. You can absolutely join there. Lots of chatter, lots of talk all the time. And today's episode, we do have all the timestamps for you down below, my friends, where we'll give you the 4 T's. That's the tactics, the team, the treasure, and the toppings in order to help you succeed and beat this Madeleine Cookie's Crimson Knight right here. This thing is so brutal. And on top of that, I'm going to give you a little bit of background too on what you can do, because this took a lot of investment for me in order to get this done. I cracked a few crystals, we'll say, and you can see those up there as the #1 free-to-play players, we like to say, because we like to make these guides free to play for you as best that I can do that, as always. So with that, let's get to it here today, because you want to understand how to beat Madeleine Cookie's Crimson Knight, my friends. And again, don't forget, like and subscribe, please. This thing took me hours to beat. So let's go ahead and get into it here. A couple things. First and foremost, as always, we still have the special conditions here. Min Cookie level 70, skill level 70, Min Cookie grade is 5-star, Bond Sugar Gnome Laboratory Costume Set, skill level Gilder Alex Landmark, Statue of Heroic Radiance, topping most effects X. What that means, the topping does matter, and even more though, the biscuits. The biscuits are always key. I cannot say it enough, and I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a little bit. Now, when it comes to Madeleine Cookie Crimson Knight here, a couple things. This enemy's base debuff resist increases and receives additional attack speed buff and purges debuffs on self when performing ranged area attacks instead of regular attacks under the Celestial Light. Utilize cookies who use Curse. Now, you got 3 recommended here: Affogato, Stardust, and Cloud High-Tay Cookie. And I really wanted to try and make Cloud High-Tay Cookie work. I just couldn't do it. Maybe in another guide, so stay tuned for that as always. Now, additionally, what also helps here is golden cheese. So golden cheese is very, very important here. So let's go ahead and use that as our segue to talk about the team that we use to beat it. It is this one right here. So the first thing that I did, normally I like to crack my treasures here. I get a lot of feedback on treasures all the time. I went and did that to improve these just a little bit because it made a big difference for me. A lot of our damage is coming from Wind Archer, Stardust, and Golden Cheese. The survivability is coming from our buddy right here, Star Coral Cookie and Mystic Flower. Okay, so those are very, very key. Now, main thing here is you really are running 2 healers and you're running 2 debuffers or 2 and a damage dealer. Okay, so you could try 3 if you wanted. This is the team that worked for me. The concept here, though, that I really like, that I think is most important, is that the fact that Stardust can get out of the way, Golden Cheese can get out of the way, that gives them an ability to recover a little bit against any damage coming in from Madeleine. So it's got that kind of cycle going. If you can also time the 2 to kind of go against each other, where you're giving a little bit of delay so that debuff is hitting every kind of 3 seconds, I'll say, that makes a huge difference in order to get by. The biggest thing that you're going to want is like 2 debuffers in terms of these pieces. Maybe it's Affogato for you, maybe it's one of these 2, but giving you some ideas, this is the one that got by. Okay, now the biggest thing here, this is the #1 tip and trick outside of that piece that I can give you, is going to be in the gear here. The topping bonus effects, again, don't matter. So when it comes to our gear, before we talk about this a little bit more, it is a great time right now to like and subscribe, I promise, because all the future content like this, and I work so hard on this one, I really do appreciate it. So here is the main thing. This is the thing that you need to know that's really going to help you get by this. You want everything on cooldown. Yep, you want speed, you want the reset, you want the cooldown, my friends. That is the key way to beat this thing. The key way to beat Madeleine here. You gotta keep that interrupt up. You gotta keep those curses up. You gotta make sure that that additional speed buff and all that attack is not hitting you. So in order to do that, you want to be on cooldown. Now, mine are not the best. I spent a ton on this trying to tweak everything here. And what you're going to find on this is, look at this right here. My Radiant Biscuit Dough, I'm down to 700. I was at 3,500. That is how much I ripped through all this stuff, and I could still do better. So I just want to share that there with you. My advice is, if you are going through and tweaking these things, make sure to use your biscuit dough and do reset all as much as you can. And on top of that, make sure you're at least trying to get 2 cooldowns first and foremost. If you do get a nice one above 5, maybe you want to go that route. Again, it's going to depend on what you have available here. But me, as the #1 free-to-play player, I don't buy any of this stuff. I save it and I use it and I invest it just like this so that you can see exactly where it is. Do you want to get a little bit greedy on some of these other things? I'm telling you, don't do it. It's horrible, it's terrible, and it makes me feel bad because when I got some really nice stuff, I'm like, I gotta keep it, but you don't want to do that. You really do need these cooldown ones. Now, additionally, what you'll find is having these additional sub stats here in the biscuits do make a difference. We always talk about that. It gives you a huge advantage to be able to flip things around just like this and move them around. What you're also going to find here is, unfortunately, because this is a legendary earth and biscuit, I stayed away from that earth damage. I really just needed the biscuit and I went all speed. So don't forget, you can do that as well, my friends. It makes a huge difference to be able to do it. So now I got my speed biscuit. So we're going to keep it that way. It's great for these kinds of events, great for the tower and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure that everyone really understands this point because it was very crucial for me to beat this. Now, here is what I'm sitting on. I'm on cooldown. I'm on cooldown. I got a little bit of attack in here. Here I'm on cooldown. I ripped a new one again. We're on a lot of cooldown there. I got 2 as well. Here we're on cooldown. We do have some damage resist in here and more HP. This is a nice one for me on that survivability. If you get more cooldown, go the cooldown. Here on Win Archer, I did go defense and a little bit of damage resist, more damage resist, just to try and survive, my friends. You could move the damage resist bypass there if you wanted to something else. And then here on Star Coral, I did the same thing. You'll see this right here. All cooldown, my friends, and more cooldown. That is it. Cool down. That is a need for speed, as we like to say. Cool down. That's it. Cool off, cool down, whatever you want to call it. That is the trick. So now that I showed you each of these so that you can see it, my friends, this is the crucial key tip and trick to help you get through. And I appreciate those likes and those subs for all this effort to get through. So thank you. All right. Now, a couple things here on top of that, my friends. This is everything that you need to know in terms of our treasures here as well. We got Cape of the Vanquisher. We're on cooldown. We're on attack. You can try some of the other cooldown stuff if you'd like to. You could certainly try survivability here on attack if you need that. You could also go with Sleepyhead's Jelly Watch maybe as the flip there. However, this is what did it for me, so I wanted to show those other pieces. All right, so that is the tactics, the team, the treasure, and the toppings in order to help you beat Madeleine, Cookie, Crimson Knight. Now, the first thing that I will say is the team did get me through, and you can see that right here. There's no joke. I'm on 18. Look at that. We're all the way through. Okay. Now, the big thing here, though, is it may take you a couple tries. We'll see. So we're going to get into it. The other thing that we're going to do that's a little bit different is we're not going to go fully auto. We are going to go slow. We're going to spam everything that we can. And that is going to be a major trick as well for this one in particular, because you got to make sure you're getting this stuff off. And you can see we're at 1.6 against 1.67 against 1.9. So you can be very lower powered relative to Madeleine as well. All right. So there you have it. If you have a question, please let me know. Let me know in the comments if this guide worked for you. Let me know in the Discord server as well, because I love to hear from you. All right, my friends, let's go for it. It is time for Madeleine Crimson Cookie Night. Oh, let's do it. Here we go. I'm so nervous. Now, the first time I beat this thing, I got so scared. I was so nervous. The big thing here, too, just to pay attention to is you want to keep clicking these, okay? And they're gonna take about 6 seconds. You want these things all to be under 6 seconds. Now, if you saw one of those things that I was just talking about there, the other big thing that you can definitely do is making sure that these two are firing at a little bit of a different timeline. And that's what's going on right now by starting off when I did, because that is key, where they're layering in at different intervals to make sure that that interruption on Madeleine Cookie is not happening. And here we go. It's so close, my friends. We are so close, and I think we have it. I think we have it. We're right at the end here. We got to get everything out of the way. There it is, and we're gonna do it on the first run for you. Yes, look at that. That is so crucial. You dump them both on the 6 second, they start rotating, they get those debuffs on there, they get that curse on there, and Madeleine can't drill you because you are a speed demon on cooldown. And there you have it, my friends. Trey 17. I don't think I could have been more excited to take this thing down here for you today in our episode and guide, because this thing is so difficult, and we did it. We did it as the #1 free-to-play player and able to show it to you as being free-to-play. I could not be more excited and happy that I was able to do this here for you today. And with that, if you still got a question, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And I'd love to see you in our amazing community Discord server. You can find all that information down below, my friends. On top of that, truly, sincerely, thank you. Thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs, and so much. Thank you to our members. It's a great time to be a member, particularly for this episode. So I appreciate that. And you can find our memberships down below and here on the channel. You get emotes, icons, priority response, special access Discord server, and early videos and those kinds of things too. So, and don't forget our affiliate links and our swag and merch store, my friends. With that, we got our lovely socials. Stay in touch. Let me know what you think. I love to hear from you, and we may feature your stuff here on the channel. With that, my friends, get out there. We're still going. We got Trey 17 done. I'm so excited, and we can keep moving on because so many of you've asked me for this guide. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that, we'll see you again soon. Until next time, my friends, keep on running.